What made you even start out as a nail tech?
My mom never let me get my nails done.
How the tables turn,
Right.
you know?
Yeah.
Everyone was telling me, like, only this much? You should charge more. I would never say her back.
I started off free. I started charging $10, $20.
But why was it growing fast? What were some of the things that helped you gain new clients from the start?
I think it was the reels I was posting on Instagram. Now I'm at 60K, so it's like insane to me.
Okay, you as well on YouTube, killing it, Instagram
Yeah.
and so on.
I started last year, and it was so crazy.
In a year?
Yes.
400K,
Yes.
that is insane.
It was 400K, yes.
400K on YouTube.
On YouTube, yes.
She got it like that.
All right, guys, welcome back to the Booked and Busy Show. I'm Chidi Ashley, CEO and founder of Readyhubb, and today I am here with these two incredible nail techs. I'm gonna let them introduce themselves. Go ahead.
Hey guys, I'm Nailed by Dache. I'm an 18-year-old nail tech from New York.
Yes.
Hi, I'm Andrea. I am 20 years old. I'm a Chicago nail tech.
And we are here in Dubai. Okay, we are here in Dubai on the Readyhubb brand trip, and I'm going to be asking them tons of questions about, getting started in the nail industry. So tell us a little bit more about your journey and what made you even start out as a nail tech.
Okay, so for me, my mom never let me get my nails done. Ever since I was young, I would always see her. She had a travel nail tech who would come to our house. And she would do her nails. She would get really cute designs. And I'd be like, Mom, can I please get a flower at least? And she'd be like, no. And so I remember my first memory of ever having anything to do with nails was I went to a beauty supply and I had I had my little umbrella and I put in press-ons. They were like My Little Pony press-ons. I put them in my umbrella because my mom was not having it. She did not want me to.
Yeah.
Why?
Because she's very traditional. She didn't want me to get nails done at all.
Yeah, my parents were the same. I was not allowed to have nails until you're out of the house.
What?
And then,
Yeah, so she didn't want me to have nails, so I knew that if I asked her, she was going to say no. So I just put the nails in my umbrella. I walked out, the alarm.
No.
She was like, what do you have in your umbrella? I open it, and it's the pack of press-ons, and I had to apologize to the cashier. She was like, you need to go back in there and apologize. And then after that, I was just like, when I'm able to do my nails, I'm going to go crazy. I'm going to have long nails. I'm going to do it. Yeah. So then when I got my first job, I got my first paycheck, and first thing I did was I booked a nail appointment.
Oh, wow.
And I got them long. My mom was like, girl, how are you going to do anything? How are you going to wash dishes? I'm like, it don't matter. I got my nails done. Right. And after that, it never really occurred to me that I wanted to do it. But my aunt, she's a hairstylist. So I went to her salon. She was looking into a nail course. And then she was like, oh, you should come in one day and practice. I came in after school. And I used her little practice finger.
Right.
And the girl that was teaching the class, she was like, oh, my God, you have potential. Mind you, it was a mess. It was a mess. And then after that, I started coming back, and I actually really liked it. I didn't really have anything to do after school. I didn't have any clubs, nothing. So I started coming back, and then after that, I took the course. I started taking in people for free, and after that, the word spread around my school, and everybody was like, oh, I want to get my nails done. And then, after that, it just...
I love it. So it's been in you, from a young age.
Yeah, for sure.
You had that desire to do it.
Yeah.
What about you?
Well, for me, I think it all played out as well, same from childhood. As a kid, I was always into, the nail art videos you would see on Instagram. It was, 2017, all the artsy, cute stuff. And so I would, just get regular gel polish, and I would do it. And it was a mess, with my little bitten nails. Because, as a nail tech, I do bite my nails.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, it sucks. But, even still as a kid, it was like that. And then, but, I had that interest in, artsy stuff. I would paint as well and draw, so that art came into it with the nails as well. And then I think from there it was in high school I got my nails done a lot. My mom wasn't that strict about it she wanted me to. I think my first set was in 8th grade and that shit looked chopped. That was not cute. And I think getting them done at the nail salons, you know how they be sometimes. I don't know.
Chop.
Very unsanitary, just very not cute, very expensive. And I'm like, if it's going to be expensive, make it worth it. But it was just not worth it.
Yeah.
And so that, kind of motivated me to, look into it, can I do my own nails? So, ordering this little kit from Amazon, practicing on my mom and my sister. and then myself as well. Like at first, like if I'm not good at something, I suck, and I'm like, all right, I'm done. I don't want to do this anymore.
Right.
So that's kind of how it was in high school. Like I barely touched that kit after that. Like I was like, nah, I don't really like this. It takes me 7 hours to do my own nails. I'm like, that's too much, and it doesn't even last. It literally like one set lasted me like literally a day until they popped off.
Oh my gosh.
So I was like, oh, this isn't even worth it. Whatever. So then, but whenever like I go on vacations or something, that's when I would like touch the kit again, and I'm like, all right, let me do my nails. Let me try again. But it wasn't like, oh, I love this. Like I want to do this. Like it was just a hobby. And then, honestly, and I kind of wanted to get into it more in high school, but I didn't have that support with me as well. Like in high school, I did have like a friend group. We all kind of like belittled each other. Like it was like a joking manner. Like we weren't really like girls, like,
right.
you know, so that environment kind of put me in that mentality as well. And like, yeah, I remember specifically doing one of my friend's nails for prom. And of course they looked chopped. I mean, she wanted her man's initial on the ring finger. I was like, are you sure you want it that big?
Right.
But okay. And then I literally told her, I was like, don't send it to the group chat. They're going to flame me for it. Like, I know it looks bad. But what she do, she sends it to the group chat.
Right.
And I literally got flamed for it. Like, they were like, oh my God, what is that? That looks like duck nails. That looks bad. Like, that's crazy. Like, what is that? Like, they were just making fun of me.
Right.
And I was like, damn, okay. Like stop. Like,
right.
Okay. Like, all right, not too much. So that kind of was just kind of discouraging. I was like, all right, like, whatever. And I would try to be like, can I practice on you? And they're like, and I'm like, okay. So I was like, whatever then. But, which is kind of funny because now they see me and they try to book. And I'm like, girl.
Like how the tables turn,
right.
You know?
Yeah.
But I think, you know, from both of your stories, one of the things that I really am taking away is just how much you have to practice. Like the first sets are never like your entire story, and it's really comes down to practice. So give me a sense of like how long did it take you to the point where you can say, okay, now I can charge for this, and then, you know, over time being able to really start to make an income as a nail tech. Go ahead, Andrea.
Like when I think it got to the point where everyone was telling me like, only this much? You should charge more. You should charge more. Like what? Like you're really good. And from the start, my clients, because I've asked them, I'm like, that first set I ever did on you was chopped. Why did you come back? Like what? And they've been like, well, the retention was good and I really liked it. And like, you know, for being a beginner, like it wasn't that bad. I've seen worse. You know, I've done worse. But when I first professionally started, that's how it was. And like hearing that feedback, I'm like, okay, my retention lasts, you know, I've gotten better at nail art. Like, I guess I'll, like, take it up a notch, like, $5, $10. So then I did, and I was still pretty booked. And then I think a couple months later, I got licensed. And so I'm like, okay, I paid so much money for this school, you know, I got so much supplies. Like, now I'm like, you know, I'm real with it. I got my license. Like, let me charge my worth, I guess. And that kind of eliminated the cheap clients as well. Like, you know, the clients who are kind of messy and not really... You know, and so I think from there, getting licensed, I was like, okay, this is real now. Like, I'm licensed. Like, so I think from that point,
then you started really
charging my
making
worth,
it a business. What about you? How long did it take you to be like, okay, I'm going to start taking more clients. I'm going to start perfecting, you know, my work.
I started off free. So after that, it took me such a long time. Like, why did I think that it had to look grown out? When I first started, yes, it was like so far from the cuticle. I did not know what I was doing. Yeah. Nobody was there to guide me. Like it wasn't like you, like where you watch the videos. Like I had a love for nails. I just wanted to do it on my own. I didn't have nobody guiding me. Right. So it took me a little bit longer. But after I started seeing like, okay, all these girls from my school are coming in, I started charging $10, $20. It was really cheap at first. $10? Yes, girl. It was so... And I didn't even do it for the money. I just did it because it was fun.
Right. So, and that's the best. It's really the best thing. When you're just doing something to learn, when you're doing something for the fun of it, that's how you ultimately, like, accelerate your growth.
Right. And like Andrea said, like, I've always been very artsy. I've always painted, all that stuff. So to be able to do that for other people and, like, they leave and they're like, oh, my God, I love my nails. Like, it's so fulfilling. So after I started seeing, like, okay, I remember my first client I ever took, she was like, oh, I can't wait till you actually get good at this. And I was like, nah, now I actually have to get good. I was like, girl, you did not just clock me.
I would never see her back.
Yeah, no, she came back She came back, and I ate it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's nice for clients to see your growth as well.
Yeah, exactly. So I was like, yeah, I really have to get good. Once I started seeing that everybody from school knew about me, I was like, okay, I got to raise these prices. I went from 20 to like 50, 60, and now I charge like 100.
What's the most you've charged?
Right.
The most I've charged so far is like maybe like 165, maybe. But like for nails and toes, like that's
Right.
like the
It was a
average.
combo?
Yeah.
Yeah. That makes sense.
What about you? What's the most that you've charged for a set?
I think I get a little shy charging a lot. Like,
Yeah.
I do a lot of artsy stuff as well, and I think the most I've charged 110. Like
Oh,
sometimes
really?
it could like come up to like 120, and I'm like,
Yeah.
let me just deduct like 5 off. I don't
Right.
want to
Yeah.
I don't want to hear it. So like
Right,
I do
right.
that, and I'm just kind of hoping that they tip me as well.
Exactly.
But I guess since it's already, enough money, sometimes not really, but that's
Yeah.
fine. Like I don't know, I get shy. Like
So what is it that, like, when you started building your business, what was like some of the challenges that you had in terms of, difficult clients, or just, what were some of the challenges that you've experienced in being a nail tech?
I think it was the clientele, growing that clientele. But honestly, like when I first started professionally, it wasn't as hard as other nail techs. I can say that, and like I am really grateful, and I thank God a lot for it too, because I did pray a lot. Like I was praying over my nail room. I was like, into my faith, and like really hoping that this would succeed, because college wasn't working anymore for me. I didn't know what I wanted to do, so why waste my money on that? So having to change like that total switch from like no college to like barely starting with a nail business, I'm like, okay, like all or nothing. Like I
Right.
really pray that this succeeds and like goes well, and it honestly did. From like month 1, like I already hit like 1K, and I was like, wow, like why is this growing really fast? Like, oh my gosh.
But why was it growing fast? What were some of the things that helped you gain new clients from the start?
I think it was the reels I was posting on Instagram. A lot of like, I showed my face and my personality out there, and like that's what people want to see, because I've had a lot of clients that have been like, well, I went to this nail tech, but her vibe was just not it, or like I want to go to her, but she doesn't show her face. I don't really know who she is. And that's how I feel too sometimes when I'm booking services in general. I'm like, who are you? And like, how are you like? So like that's what I honestly put my face out there, and a lot of girls did come to me from that, and it blew up over time. And then oh my gosh, I literally had a vision board from, I think it was like December 2023. I made a vision board, and I literally put 50K followers. And, oh no, it was 10K, because I was just like, let me be realistic.
Yeah.
I was like, 10K followers, I don't know how I'll get that, but I'll just put it there. I literally hit 10K like that following year in July, and I was like, wow, what? Like, this is crazy. I was literally so happy. And then it just went up from there, and now I'm at 60K, so it's like insane to me how.
And your TikTok as well.
Yeah, my TikTok.
is taking off. Like, you've been having
Yeah.
viral moments. We need to talk about that, because Dache, you as well on YouTube, killing it, Instagram, and so on. So we need to know, right? What are some of the tips that you would give to someone who's out there that's like, hey, I want to become a full-time nail tech, or I want to do more of this, but I don't know how to get started?
I would say just start small. Like, you don't have to have a big collection of nail polishes, glitters, all that stuff. You just need your brush, some acrylic, and some polish. That's it. Like, literally, it's just about getting started. A lot of people get, like, analysis paralysis, and they're like, oh, like, I don't have this, but I don't have enough money, or, but I'm not good. And it's
Yeah.
just like, if you start and you practice at least once every week, you're gonna get somewhere at some point.
Exactly.
Yeah. So I feel like it's just a lot of people get in their head too much, and that's what happened to me a little bit in the beginning, where I was like, oh no, like I'm not good enough. Like I saw other people, it was a lot of comparing.
Yeah.
And I feel like you can't do that, because you see other nail techs and you're like, oh my god, their work is so good. Like I don't think I could ever do that. But now I'm
Yeah.
doing stuff I never would have imagined I could have done like a year ago.
Right. It's just from starting, and just keep going. So that's something. And, you've grown your social media. Do you feel like social media has been what has helped you stay booked as well? Give us some tips on that.
Yeah, for sure.
'Cause
I
you've
feel
been
like
celebrating 600K. Was it 600 or 400K?
It was 400K, yes.
400K on YouTube.
YouTube, yes.
She got it like that.
It's so crazy, because I've been doing YouTube like randomly since I was like 9 years old, I would do like little skits or whatever, and nothing ever really stuck. Like I always had a passion for creating content, but it was never like, okay, like I want to do this full time or anything like that. It was just for fun. And I remember I used to get made fun of a lot in school because they'd be like, oh, yeah, did you see her YouTube video? Like, cringy, stuff like that. But I feel like once I started doing nails, I was like, oh, shoot, like, I could actually be funny with it. And then I started posting my first, like, things on Reels on Instagram. And that's when I started to blow up from just, like, my work with memes, being funny, putting memes. And I'm already, like, I already be cheesy. I already be corny. Like, I was like, okay, let me just do it on nails. And it really stuck. And then after that, it was my boyfriend, actually. He inspired me to start my YouTube. He was like, okay, you should, if you're doing it on TikTok and on Instagram, you should move on to YouTube because that really gives you money. So I was like, yeah, you know what, you're right. I posted my first video, didn't do too good. Then I started posting a little bit more and being a little bit more consistent. And it just blew up. It took off. And I started last year, and it was so crazy.
In a year,
yes,
400K. That is insane.
Yes. I'm so still cool. In shock. Like I still, if you tell me this like a year ago, I'd be like, girl, bye. Literally.
That is insane, and I think that really shows. You just never know like what's gonna hit. You never know what people are gonna fall in love with, you know? So what are some of the tips that you guys would give to people who are, you know, getting into social media? Because you mentioned, for example, like show your face. What else? What else would you say about, you know, really trying to make it on social media?
Honestly, like, because a lot of people start social media in order to gain clientele, like in order to gain that recognition. And a lot of times I do see on like people's page, like they don't have their location in their bio. They don't have policies or prices. Like it's very much like hide and seek. Like, what am I looking for? Like, I want to see you. Like, what are your prices? What are you doing? Like that sort of stuff I honestly think really does matter. So from the start, I always like, you know, I was always on top of that. And yeah, putting your personality out there. And just making creative content, because a lot of people just, their Instagram is kind of like a portfolio of what their work is. Like, you know, it's just all nails or all hair. And it's like, okay, but who are you though? Right. So honestly, like putting yourself out there with the videos and making creative content, like watch me work, or like, you know, my controversial opinions, like stuff that gets engagement.
Right.
Honestly, those types of videos do well.
Yeah, because back in the day, it used to be that people would just post the work, right? And like you never really knew who is the person behind the work. And I think the world has shifted so much more into like, no, I actually want to know you, like, because I want to like connect with my stylist. I want to connect with my nail tech. I want to see if we're gonna vibe, you know. And I see that a lot in your videos. One of the things I've noticed is that you do a lot of like interesting topics around your video, or there's something to take away from that video. So how did you get into that?
Like talking in my videos? Like,
and like how did that evolve over time?
I was very shy at first with my videos, like, and I'm not gonna lie, I think, I think I would see your videos as well on my For You page, if I can try to remember. I think she would inspire me a little bit. I'm like, oh, she's funny, she's cute. And then as well as like other nail techs who are like funny with it as well. I'm like, okay, I see the engagement. I see, you know, people are like, I love your vibe, I love your videos, this and that. Other than like, just watch me work, simple, I'll do this set, that set. It's like, okay, like it's all right. And then like, so I try to like get my personality more out there. And as soon as I started doing that more and more, people are like, oh, you're funny, I love your videos. Oh, like, people have been like, I've been following you for the longest time. You inspired me to do nails. Like, I love everything you do and blah, blah. And I'm like, wow, like, I guess it did work. Right. Like, you know, I put myself out there and I'm like, okay, yeah. So that's honestly like what I tell everyone. I'm like, do it. Because I have been with other beauty services providers, and they've been like, yeah, I don't know though, like I just get shy, or like I don't know how to edit, or yeah, I want to start getting into it, but it's just a lot. And I'm like, okay, yeah, but it's a lot of hard work. But wherever you're gonna be in life, like it takes that hard work, so it's gonna be worth it at the end. So I don't know, I tell them that.
Yeah, I mean, you get in life what you put in at the end of the day. So I want to know, what is the hardest thing about being a nail tech? Like, you know, if I wasn't a nail tech, I wouldn't know this, but you guys tell me.
I would say charging your worth, because I feel like nail techs, like we're we're really out there, but we're kind of overlooked when it comes to pricing. I feel like lash techs can charge easy, like 180. But, like, we do hand-painted designs. We do French tips. Like, they look easy, but they're not easy. Like, you got to have a steady hand. Exactly.
Like,
and
still.
things like that. I feel like we're just kind of pushed to the side when it comes to pricing a little bit, because we can do all these designs, but people want it for $80, and it's like it takes time. We're hunched over. It's your hand starts cramping. Like, yeah, exactly. The fumes, the drill, like everything. It's a very tiring job. So I feel like when it comes to that, I feel like makeup artists $250, lash tags $180, but nail tags like, they don't really want to pay too much.
They don't want to pay too much, and it lasts way longer. Like, no hate to them. Like, their work is great, but obviously, like, the retention, like, a month plus or something. I'm like, what do you mean? It's worth it. Like,
people be like, oh, $100 for some nails? It's like, yeah, this is hand-painted. Like, this is good stuff.
Yeah.
So, I know you mentioned, like, charging your worth. How are you getting, like, through that? And what are some of the ways that you are, like, you know, powering through it no matter what?
Well, I'm still kind of struggling with that. Like Andrea said, like, sometimes when I see the price and it's time to say it, I'm like,
I'm like, well.
Yeah, so I'm still kind of getting into that, because there is kind of like a stigma around, like, paying a lot of money for nails and stuff like that. And also, it's about your area too. I'm from a small town, so a lot of people, they have like a smaller budget when it comes to their nails. They want something really good that lasts long, but they don't want to pay a lot of money. So I'm just like, okay, I put that into account, and I'm like, how can I give them the best bang for their buck while also still making a good amount of profit?
Yeah. No, that's a great way to look at it, because a lot of times people don't consider the environment that they're in. You know, like, where are you based? What is the budget, or what is the, you know, the average income of the areas that you're in, but then also still making sure that you have that value. What about you? What's been the hardest part about being a nail tech?
Let me think. At first, it was like being social and, like, you know, being like very customer service. I was really, really shy. Like, I remember my first ever client. She's so sweet, but she started the tone right for me. From the start, she was super extroverted. She was talking to me. She was, you know, being happy and, like, excited about her appointment. And I was very shy, but it took me out of that bubble. And I remember, like, shaking a lot. Like, I was literally painting like that because I was so nervous. And she was like, damn, girl, you're shaking. And I was like, yeah, I know, sorry. I was like, yeah. And the set took me, like, 3 hours, basic Frenchies. But, you know, she loved it. She tipped me, like, 30. I was like, okay, well, I don't even deserve that, but okay. And so, honestly, like, at first that was really hard, like, trying to be social, but honestly, putting my personality out there, it, like, helped me a lot. And now I'm, like, not as nervous anymore. I just reciprocate the vibe. I'm like, okay, if you're talkative, I'm talkative. But now I think, honestly, the pricing as well, because I also come from a small town, and, like, you know, it's not like I'm in the city, Chicago, because in Chicago it's more expensive. Like, yeah, I could charge more. But, like, you know, being in my hometown, like, mostly, like, high school girls, they don't got that sort of money.
Right.
And I hear a lot about, like, the nail salon charged me, like $100 for this, and I'm like, what did it look like? And I'm like, girl, what? I'm like, girl, like, come to me, please. Like, you know, I could get you way more with $100.
Right.
So honestly, I think it's the pricing as well.
I feel like that brings up another good point, that I feel like people are more willing to pay at the nail salon than when you're independent. Like, they'll pay easily, like, $170 at the nail salon for a manicure and pedicure, but if you charge that and you're independent, they're like, girl, like, you don't need to make that much. And it's just like a stigma around being independent. I feel like that's really where it's at, honestly. Like, I'd rather be independent than work at a salon. Like,
yeah, same. Personally. The environment I've heard is just really toxic and like just unsanitary. And I've heard that some people work under one license and not everyone's license and that sort of stuff. And I've been like, I have made a trip back to it too, because I'm like, has it changed? So I went back and I got my nails removed, and she first like grabbed the tip and like ripped my nail off, and that hurt. And I was like, oh no, I asked for a soak off, not a rip off. And I was like, and she was like, are you sure it's just done like that? And in school they taught me never to do that. Like, you know, care about your clients' nail beds and their health, and like do what's best for them. So I'm like, damn, y'all are still the same, huh? And just seeing the materials they had, just dirty and like unsanitary, and I was like, super sad.
Yeah, there's a big difference between like going the traditional salon route versus going, you know, being independent. But, you know, my last question for you guys will be like, for anyone who's looking to go independent, right? They want to start their nail business. What is one thing that you think that they should be doing right now, non-negotiable?
Good question. If you're gonna go independent, I suggest investing in good products. Don't give your clients stuff that you're gonna charge for that they're not getting. You know what I mean? I feel like a lot of people, they like to take the easy, cheap way out. And if you want to start charging really well, you got to start putting in the money as well.
Right. So you got to reinvest in your business.
Exactly.
Yeah. Let the prices match, what you're delivering.
Right.
Yeah, I think your environment, I think that should take a factor in, because I really did care about my environment when I first started. I didn't want to do it in my living room or my bedroom because, I sleep in there. I don't want people's energy like messing with that too much.
Right.
And then and I live in a townhouse, so, I don't have much room, but the nail garage was the most I could do. And honestly, I think like your environment, like make it feel like it's a salon. That's what I've gotten compliments on that too. Like, I can't even tell it's a garage. It feels like a nail salon in here. Like, this is nice. Like, it does matter your environment, because, you don't want to be in someone's house where like kids are running around, the dogs are barking, people are cooking in the kitchen, like all that stuff. So just like being creative with your environment as best as you can, and as well as like investing in like high quality stuff. I always did that from the start, because, I was the one who did buy everything all at once, because I really wanted to pop out at first. Like, it was just me in a dream. So honestly, that's what I did. So honestly, yeah.
Yeah, I love it. Well, we have dropped some gems today. Thank you guys so much for joining me. And thank you guys so much for being here with us in Dubai with Readyhubb.
Where you at? Right. Thank you for having us as well. This is so unreal. Like, I literally would have never thought I'd be here. Like, what? Like,
from doing nails?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's literally why I encourage, like, you put yourself out there, you're going to get recognized.
Yeah, exactly. And it's really like you have to be consistent, like you guys have said. You have to be consistent. You have to show your personality, and the opportunities will come knocking on your door. The clients will come as well. So let's cheers to Readyhubb. Yes. 1, 2, 3, cheers.